Alrighty then, good morning. Is it still morning? Have we slipped into the afternoon? I'm not 100% sure, just bear with. Yeah, it's just gone into the afternoon, it's just gone past midday, so good afternoon, well, Sporodactyls, Dinkles and Popty Pings. How the devil are you?
Alexander, well. Your reaction to Jacqueline and to the ruling?
Let me just turn down Tina de Healy.
Well, I think you yourselves.
Tina de Healy, Tina de Healy, Tina de Healy, hide and diddly do. Knockety ninety, knockety ninety, nickety nonny, nickety pee, nickety pie, tighty, just mirrors as he comes out, diddly I die. Just mindful of his tail lift. You're currently joining us from Kinross Services. Bit of a nightmare to get parked up on here, to be honest. The world seems to be full of caravans pushing cars, and they're all parked at the side of me as we couldn't get in. So what we had to do, which actually turned out to be easier than what it might look, is we had to go forward where that tipper is in front, forward up to there, down that slip road on the exit, and reverse back in and keep it tight against this curb, mindful that there was that truck what's just left now at the side of us with its hazard plates down. No doubt carrying a dangerous load. Well, we got it in, no bother. So we're on our way to a place called Wupperton. I'm going to a sawmill where I've been quite a few times, to be honest. Both with Jenkies, and I've been with this job already. Some mirrors were coming out now. Some caravans have buggered off now. Just mirrors, just mindful. Yeah, we had to go down here. We had to go down here and just stop about here now and then reverse into that bay that we've just come out of. So mirrors just as we come round. So we are planning to go back out onto the M90, and we're going to go down and over. I wonder what that bank was there. It was that bucket at the side of it. We're going to go down, just mindful there's groundwork taking place here, so we're mindful of this metal fence, just watching us trailers coming round. So we're going to go down over back on the M90, over the Forth Bridge. We're going to skirt round the outsides of Edinburgh, round on the Edinburgh bypass and whatnot, and we're going to head towards the A1. But instead of going on the A1 for Alnwick or Alnwick, whichever way you look at it, just mirrors, nice wide swing, because we're going to be turning left here, and I want to make sure that I can get out and I don't run up this curb. I also want to come round within my lane, because there'll be traffic coming into these services as well. So instead of getting on the A1, we're going to get on the A68, and then from the A68 we want the A697, and that should run us down through a place called Coldstream, out in back areas, and take us all the way into Alnwick. Just mindful as this car's coming round, I'm already committed. Just mindful of where the trailer is, and obviously mindful now that there's a truck right where I want to be coming out. So we might have to take a nice wide swing so we don't take up this curb, and we can get it round. I'll just take a nice wide swing here. Nice wide swing so we don't end up running up curb. Just mirrors as we come out. Cheers, pal. Thank you. Just mirrors, just mindful, watching it. That's perfect, Amondo. We come round within our lane.
After 400 feet, enter the roundabout and take the third exit.
Some mirrors. So yeah, that should run us over the hills and far away. It's through a place called Coldstream eventually. I think it's Coldstream. It's something to do with guards anyway, guardsmen and whatnot. And then that'll take us on the back roads in towards this sawmill, where we'll get loaded. We're going to be loading for Yorkshire. I can't my number. It's Bradford and Castleford we're going to. That'll be tomorrow's load, and then we'll sort things out from there. It'll be more than likely back into Concrete Hula Hoop Factory again. We're more than likely back up to Concrete Hula Hoop Factory again and load for Scotland for tipping Monday, and then he'll just be running home tomorrow. So anyway, this is the back on the M90 then. I was going to do a video coming out of Dundee. I tipped in Dundee this morning, but I thought, well, I already did a video on Dundee last week, so it's only going to be the same thing, where instead of turning off for Glasgow where we did last week, we carry straight on for Edinburgh and come across the Forth Bridge. Mirrors, just as we're joining.
Enter the motorway.
Mirrors, we're on. So yeah, I thought there's no point. I'll just get into Kinross services. I'll stop and get a Greggs, and then we shall we'll try from there. Really, we'll carry on from here. We're 24 miles from Edinburgh. Or as Gene Pitney would say, I'm only 24 hours from Toronto. I'm only 6 Dundee biscuits from Torquay. I love you. I don't think he sang it in that key. I think it was more in B minor. That was G flat or B flat. I'll tell you something, if one of them fucking concrete hula hoops falls on you while I was delivering this morning, you'll all be flat. Shouldn't joke about stuff like that. Dangerous situation. Them lads on site knew what they were doing though. All I did was take my straps off, tidy up, and leave them to it. That's all I get paid to do. I don't get involved in hooking things up and hoying things off on a crane. No, not my department. I is driver. I know nothing. This is my wife. This is my life. It's a lovely looking fell up there. There's 2 big nipples on top of it. I don't know what it is. That says Loch Leven. Loch Leven or Loch Leven, whatever the case may be. It's signposted for Glenross and the Crook of Devon. I know the area quite well. Well, I know one particular place I've tipped shite at with Jenkins at Glenross. The Crook of Devon. I drove through it. Oh, aye. Loch Leven or Loch Leven Visitors Centre. RSPB. That's something to do with birds, I think. On the Royal Respiratory Society. It's just a load of people with breathing problems and masks on. It's a Darth Vader convention. Yeah, I tend to spend a lot of time up Scotland at the moment, which is not a bad thing. I love Scotland. I have an infinity with Scotland. I love it. Is that a word, an infinity with Scotland? I don't know. I feel as if I have an inner connection with Scotland anyway. Mirrors. Just mindful, this van's cut back in. Just come off that gas because can't quite see what's in front of it now. I know there is a car in front of it because it was there already. So we should be coming up towards the Forth Bridge soon. It's not a million miles away from here. It's a beautiful day again. It was lovely on the way up this morning. Coming out of Dundee, the weather seemed to be on and off more than a new bride's night. It was raining 1 minute, dry the next, raining 1 minute, dry the next. It was hard work. But at the moment, there's no dark clouds about and there's no spots of rain. But let's not speak too soon and jinx ourselves. I'm loving the job, I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying the job. Like I said to you yesterday when we was running down the A66. Oh, that turned out to be, by the way, just Mirrors mindful there's a car here with its hazards on. Can't see the occupant unless they're up in them trees. Going all David Attenborough on us. There's the sign for Knockhill Racing Circuit. Yeah, that, oh, we're in Fife according to this sign here. That says Fife. Fee-Fi-Fo. Kingdom of Fife. That traffic jam yesterday turned out to be roadworks, actually, going into Kirby Thorpe. But it was temporary traffic lights, so they were letting so many through and blah blah blah. So we did sit there after I'd turned the engine off and switched the video off. We'd already done an hour. I thought that's enough for that video. But it was about another 15 minutes before we got through, and then we just ran down to Junction 40 at Penrith and ran this up to Lockerbie where we stayed last night. Set sail for Dundee this morning. So that's all it was. It was roadworks. I mean, fancy putting temporary traffic lights on A66 like her at Kirby Thorpe. Daft, but you should have seen the tailback coming the other way. They had it just as bad as we did. So mirrors, mindful, just looking down this slip road. There's two there joining, looking in mirror. There's nothing coming. We just steady Eddie, hold our course. Just come off that gas, just let gravity hold us down now. It is a bit breezy. It's no bother. Back him off a touch, exhaust braking. So where I'm going to at this sawmill, I shouldn't be dropping trailers. I should just keep. The last time I went in here, I just kept the same trailer. They just live loaded me. I just backed into a bay and they come round and loaded us. Strap up down the road. So it'll be a load of timber I'm getting. Pretty much the bread and butter of this job is timber and concrete. But they pick all sorts up as well. I had two containers on the other week. That was a good run. I enjoyed that. Ran up through the up the A7 up through the Scottish borders. I wish I'd have done a video for you actually. Probably get 2 videos out of this. The first one running down towards the A68 now, and then we'll put him in. We might do another one going down towards Wupperton. So you get some nice views, you see, on the A697. Mirrors just creeping up on this wagon in front of your collards, or lads, or whatever it's called. Signs out, we're just coming into a temporary 50. That truck heading towards us has just flashed its lights, and I'm sure I saw him give a thumbs down. And that says to me, it's potentially a camera van just round the corner here. Just make sure we're doing just under 50. I think the truck in front saw it as well because he's on his exhaust brake. Nobody else is flashing though. Just make out the top of the 4th bridge in the distance over there. It is a 50 mile an hour over 4th bridge anyway, so we'll just slot back in at 50. Just hold our course here. We're just coming towards, we're going around the next corner and then we'll be coming over the 4th bridge. Can't see any camera vanners yet. Unless he was sat on this bridge or something here, I don't know. Mirrors. built up in the back. Mirrors. There's a white car just coming down this slip road. We should get out well before it. I do think it's a better view going over the Forth Bridge from this direction. Going the opposite way, you don't get to see a lot. Whereas from this way, you just get a glimpse of the railway bridge at the side of you. And if there's a train coming across it, it's even better. Some mirrors. Just mindful, Tesco's going to slot out before us. There's also a white van. There's 2 or 3 cars coming past me here now. So I can't get out into lane 2. I'll just hold my course. Tesco slipping in front of us. There's a white van at the side. It's going to have to fend for itself, I'm afraid. There's traffic coming past me now. The white van should slot in behind us actually. Yeah, it is doing. It's just a nice distance at back of Tesco's. Tesco's not being there actually, so we don't want to get stuck behind it, and then all you can see is Tesco's. Every little helps. Do we get past it if we can? Just approaching the Forth Road Bridge now. Just hang it back a bit and let Tesco's go, so then we can hopefully get a decent view. There's no point trying to get past it. There's traffic coming in lane 2, so by the time I get past it, we'll be halfway over the bridge. We'll just hang back. Just let Tesco go, and you can get a decent view. Doesn't matter about this little van pulling in, that's fine. Because we don't want any big Arctics pulling in front of us now. The new, you know the new, okay, the new. I do apologise if you're from aye, okay, the new, I see you, alright Jimmy, aye, I can. I do apologise if you're from Dusseldorf. That was a dreadful rendition of your accent, wasn't it? There you go. So yeah, we're just dropping down to the Forth Bridge now. Fantastic feat of engineering. And very pioneering back in its day. And to think the men as originally built it are long since dead and pushing up daisies. They've long since been planted. And there was a few of them died while they were making it. Fell into the Forth of Firth underneath and was never seen again. A very dangerous place to work. Whoever first designed it and came up with the idea is pure genius. You know, the fact that, right, what we'll do, this is how we'll sink these things in. They must have had to have so much cast or something, I don't know, like a big metal casing or a metal plastic cast or something. Sink it into the seabed and then pour concrete in it and fill it with concrete. So then they get the bloody concrete bases. It's the only way I can see how they've done it. And then you remove the cast after. Do you know what I mean? But it's fascinating. Pioneering. Great British engineering. You know what I mean? I don't think we could build something like that today. I really don't. I don't think today's modern workforce could build something like this. It's just telling us we're approaching another speed camera. So, as I say, we'll just try and hold it back a little bit so you can see something and not just Tesco's. There's an AWJ just past us, going the opposite direction. And what I don't want now is this truck pull in front of us. It is doing. Just feel that that breeze picking up now, that wind blowing across. So here we go, this is the start of the Forth Road Bridge in Scotland. There's the start of the railway bridge over here, on your right hand side. This is the Forth of Firth, and that away is out to sea. We are now in a 50, signpost for a 40, back into open speed limit, go figure that out. Lane 2's bunching up. Cars up the vans up the vans arse, and the cars up both the vans arse, if that makes sense. Queen's Ferry Crossing, I think is its official title. Mirrors, here we go. Idle-dee, 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 oh. Yeah, the railway bridge they would have built originally, before the roads. Fascinating. I mean, each one of these metal posts sticking up here will be filled with hundreds of cables, steel cable. They're all holding the tension. Each one's playing its part. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I do think I understand why they do it, for the wind and this, that and t'other, but it'd be nice if they took the sides, these side bits off, so you could have a blooming good view. I'd like to go over it on the train once, actually. I keep saying to my wife we should do that. I love it up here, mate, I do. I love it. Before you know it, we're at the end of the bridge. And that's that. I wonder how they know, you know, when they're building a bridge like that, because we've passed the sea now, the Forth of Firth, but we're still on the bridge. How far do they extend the bridge before they set it down? Do you know what I mean? How do they... Whoa lad, look how close he is to that van. That's crazy. There's no need for that. Just throttle back up, thrusters at full speed, full capacity. Now I'm going to start catching up onto Tesco's here, some mirrors. Mirrors. Put a signal on because we're going to catch up to Tesco's. Car behind's flashing me out, thanking you sir. Mirrors. Tesco's. This lane 1 over there is going off in a different direction. We're still in our correct lane for now. So just mirrors as we pass Tesco's. We're going to slot back in because we're coming into a temporary 50 zone. And a 40. Just start backing him off because there will be speed cameras here. They will be working. There you go, there's your camera. There's your camera sneakily hid on left hand side there. They will be working and set to the relevant even a temporary one, they'll probably reset it. The keen as mustard round here. There's a load of bland shoebox new builds. They all look the same. back into open speed limit was, I think they just not took the signs down. Some mirrors. Middle lane, staying on the M90. We want to be picking up the signs for the A1. And I want the A68.
Prepare to keep left after 2 miles.
Yeah, baby. I keep seeing a lot of these trucks, that one there coming towards me, Essex International and Grampian as well. I keep seeing a lot of them at the moment. I see them everywhere at the moment. They always look immaculate and very well turned out, Scanias. Yeah, you've got Grampian, I think they're a Scottish firm, Grampian, and then you've got Essex International as well. The flatbeds, and they just look the part. I imagine getting a job with some of them men would be rarer than rocking horse shit, but I think European would be good on one of them. Doing some European work on a flatbed, I think it'd be quite interesting. Something to look into further down the line, I think. Telling me there's an accident up ahead, M9 West after junction 4, Northallerton. Still a bit windy.
After half a mile, keep left.
They're coming off here. M8. Mirrors.
Keep left.
Just mindful that's a bus lane. Sometimes cameras on. I've been down this road quite a few times, but I'm not overly familiar with it, if that makes sense. Some mirrors. Zebra's out, just backing him off, tickling and feckling.
After quarter of a mile, enter the motorway. Enter the motorway.
Mirrors. Put a signal on, we want to cross. So there's a van.
After quarter of a mile,
Seen me coming across and just stayed right outside of me instead of moving over. He's just moved over now, thank you. Oh, aeroplane taking off there, isn't it? Can't see that.
After 300
Wonder where that
feet,
bird's
keep
going
right.
to. Just taking off. Which tells you that Edinburgh Airport's just all here.
After 1.1 miles, exit the motorway.
So we want the city bypass. The A720 is what we want. Oh, it's just climbing up in towards clouds now, that bugger. Where it's going to, I've no idea. But I hope they're going to enjoy themselves wherever they're going, whoever's on board. They defy gravity, aeroplanes, don't they? They really do. Just mindful, the speed camera's just under the bridge here, so we're only doing 45, but just back him off just in case, because we do. They strategically place them at the bottom of a little hill because they know you'll run on a bit faster downhill with gravity. Do you know what I mean? And they're trying to say it's all about safety. Is it bollocks? It's all about revenue. They strategically place it there, so it's going to catch you just as you try and hold it back, and you're going to end up going a bit faster because you're going at bottom at fill. It's all about revenue, it's all about money. Mirrors. Coming off here, already in the right lane.
Over the speed limit.
I was not, I was doing 49 mile an hour, button it thee. This sat-nav turns into my wife. This thing's playing up. This tablet here, the sat-nav won't work on it. So I brought my own truck nav, what I bought off Chris Salisbury. And it's never let me down, so I've put that on. This thing's just playing up at the moment, it won't route anywhere. You can type a postcode in, but then it just comes up and says there's no route available for trucks, so it's not working. So the old tried and tested Chris Salisbury Jeep sat-nav does exactly what it says on tin. These matrix signs here in Scotland, they're like check tyre pressure, do this, do that. If you spend too much time looking up at all these signs, you'd have an accident. They're very off-putting when they keep coming up with things to read. Wear your seatbelt, check tyre pressure, put your left leg in, put your left leg out, do the okey-cokey, shake it all about, you know what I mean? You're just shy of bloody reading agadoo-doo-doo. Push by an apple, shake a tree. Agadoo-doo-doo. Eat digestive biscuits and grind coffee. I don't know what else is the rest of the words to it. Got that song in my head now. Dumpty up to pay, head up, oh, dick the pie, stick your rotten swine and shy. To the left, to the right, jump up and down and break your knees. Come and dance every night with Agnes and Noah Maureen. See, do not use mobile phone while driving. So if you're looking up there, what's that say next thing? Car in front, stop, push hack. You know what I mean? There's too many bloody information signs. Trivial shite you don't need read. It's ironic, isn't it? He's trying to tell you, don't do this, don't do that, you'll get distracted, yet you end up having a frigging accident when you're fucking reading that shite. The Royal Botanic Gardens and Royal Yacht Britannia. Two in front's braking. White car, purely because it's too close to the black car in front of it. See again here, look at this in lane 2. That car is right up the van's arse and the van is too close to the little van in front. Amazon's too close to Arnold Park and that car what's just come into lane 1 was shocking. I'm assuming it's going to come off here. But again, it's too close to the truck now. It's sat right up the truck's arse. And another car's took its place, sat right up Amazon's arse. Shocking. Damn it, wrong lane. No, I'm not. We can stay in this lane. Middle lane will take us round. Should do. Mirrors. And this middle lane should take us round onto the A720 city bypass. Just mirrors backing him off. Lights are on green. We're expecting they could change any minute. Just like that. Just offer him up. Over towards white line so it brings us round nicely and keeps us within our lane. So I gassed on then. Well, I put the hammer down then on the back on the gas. When I'm in Prater cakes because lights changed. Changing again, mirrors, off we go. So just mindful, there's cars at either side of me now. This is where you've got to have eyes up your arse. Lights have changed to red up ahead, mirrors.
Take the third exit.
Stay within our lane. We're going on to the A720, so mirrors just backing him off, lights are changing, mirrors. Just rolling round, just tickling and fettling, just mindful with this little white van. And say there's traffic either side of us now. So mirrors. Just coming round in our lane here, just minding our business. A720 city bypass, perfectly within our lane. Just mindful now, there's a caravan pushing a car and it's just cut right in on us like that. Why? I've no idea. Oh, and then changed his mind. There you go. So we just cut the truck up, nearly caused an accident.
Speed limit.
I'm not over the speed limit, I was doing 40 miles an hour. Button it, thee. Button it, Wilt. Yeah. Speed limit is 50 miles an hour, I'm doing 40. I was mindful of that caravan, I could see it in mirrors, and it cut in front of us and then changed its mind and jumped back across again. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody in particular. I'm sure whoever's driving that car and caravan are lovely people. But what you've got to think to yourself, or what I think to myself when I'm driving this thing or one of these things, is everybody else around you are twats. Do you know what I mean? I don't really mean that in a nasty way, but you just got to think to yourself that everybody else around you is a twat and they're going to try and ruin your day. So you've got to have eyes up your arse and try and anticipate every twat what's around you. Do you know what I mean? And they're probably lovely people once you've turned the ignition off. Do you know what I mean? They probably are lovely people and the salt of the earth. But behind the wheel when the engines are running, I don't think there's anybody upstairs in the brains. So you've just got to have that mindset that everybody else around you is a complete twat. But you've got to compensate for them being complete twats. Does that make sense? And take into consideration that it's not their fault. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you just get stressed out. Mirrors, just mindful, there's a slip road here. Mirrors. I'm going to come off that gas now because I'm catching caravan again. Mindful, mirrors. I feel like going on holiday. Go to our gate. Or our yard. Our yard. Mirrors. Useless matrix signs up ahead. drive to road conditions. No shit, Sherlock. Really is like teaching you how to suck eggs, but unfortunately, as I said to you, if everybody else is a twat around you, then the world's full of numpties driving. To you and I, it's common sense, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's not rocket science. Driving really is not rocket science. It's easy. It's just everybody else around you what you've got to be aware of. Because not everybody else's brains engaged the same. Mirrors, just mindful. Slipping on here. There's nothing coming down here. It's 702 Carlisle. We're going to run on towards the A1. Like I said, instead of turning left onto the A1 when we come to roundabout, we'll take the exit after. We'll go across. I think it's at the 1 o'clock, and we'll pick up the A68 is what we want. So we keep going as if we're going on to A1, and at the last roundabout we're going to 68. Run down there for 20 minutes, then I'll stop, and then we'll do a part 2, I think, because there's some good views down on the 697. Can't mind on what it's called, the place, but you drop down through a cracking valley. Sticky boo, diddle die, diddle I'm a diddle day, stickity bum, dum, dum, diddly dumpy dum doo. There's a slip road ahead and I'm looking in the mirrors, just looking across, can't see nothing coming down just yet, and as I look in the mirror I can see 2 cars, they're miles away, so we will hold our course. Steady Eddie, tickling and fettling as we go, and the caravan is breaking to a head, I don't know, and everything, the road conditions are dry, just mindful of this orange car cutting with no indicator. I could do, diddly, umpty, bumpty, bear, sneaking, rotten, swinging shoe, there's a lay-by up ahead, and one in front is braking, just mindful of that, and mindful of the wagon, not sure if its lights are on, it may be coming out. Yeah, lights are on, it's coming out, indicators on, we'll just come across. Gives everybody else behind me my intentions that there's something up ahead. There's 2 trucks actually, they're both going to be looking at coming out. So I've pulled out there, the car behind me could have pulled out as well, it didn't. So it just sits in lane 1. So them 2 wagons have still no chance of coming out. So if that were me, sat behind me, I'd think this truck's pulling out, I can see 2 wagons in that lay-by, the wagons must be coming out, I'll pull out with the truck and give it room. Nobody else does, they just sit there in their own lane, so the truck still can't get out. And as I said to you on a previous video, if you're pulling out in a wagon, you can't just floor it, it won't get up to speed. So you can sit there for 10 minutes trying to get out till there's a lull in back. But one thing I don't do is I'll pull out for a wagon, I'll pull across, but I won't flash it. Because if you flash it, and he or she has that mentality and that idea in the air, oh, it's safe to go out. If you flash it, you pull across, the car behind you is not seen, all of a sudden the truck pulls out, the car's then bearing down on it. If there's an accident, technically they could try and say it's your fault. I mean, it's not your fault, it's up to the driver to get out safely, do you know what I mean? But I'd feel guilty if that happened. So I never flash them out, I just indicate and I pull across. Let them see what's behind me then, you know what I mean? Some mirrors. Just mindful, we're just catching this car up with a trailer on here. And that's obviously catching caravan. Caravan of which is up the arse of a Peugeot in front of it. Mirrors. Caravan's braking again. Car in front's now braking. Caravan's right up the arse of a Peugeot. Peugeot's minding its business, just going about its normal day. Yeah, driving's not rocket science. It's really easy and simple, really. It's just everybody else that's driving. In an ideal world, everybody would be at the same frame of mind and all mindful, but they're not. Just coming on exhaust brake. Van and trailer is pulling off, as to his motorbike what's just gone past as well. Good straight road ahead now, back on the gas. Truck's got its hazards. I can't give me words up. Truck's got its hazards on up ahead, so we know that traffic's slowing right down. There's really heavy traffic here. Some mirrors. Just backing him off, tickling him fatly.
Prepared to go over the roundabout after half a mile.
Half a mile, you say? There's that Peugeot where the caravan was following. It's where we want A68, so I want to be coming across. Thanking you, sir. Car's just flashed us across. Now that's what we want, the A68. So I have been down this road before, but I'm not overly familiar with it. I just saw the A68 painted on this side. Happen two lanes will come round, but we shall see. Just mindful of this caravan again in front of us. You know why? Because every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Everybody take a stance. Join the caravan of love. Jedburgh is where we want to be heading for. A68 Jedburgh. Yeah, I was right. He's going to filter into 2 lanes now. We'll stick in this middle lane. It's all filtering into 4 lanes actually.
Go over the roundabout, taking the 3rd exit.
Hey, making a swift exit. Hey, they're all coming out now. See what I did there? It's a swift caravan. That's the Barry Tittle Show. Lunchtime till 2 here on BBC Radio Cumbria. Just mindful, mirrors as we're coming round. There's traffic coming left to right now. Mindful here because it cuts in. Cuts right in on us, this. So mindful.
Take the 3rd exit.
We stay in our lane, but we're going to come round onto this way now where the lights are on red. So that's the A1 there. That was the A1. Where do I want now, pal? I want the A68. Join your caravan of love. Do I want Dalkeith here, party head? I don't know. Lights are changing.
Calculating route.
Dalkeith, I think, yeah, party head. Is this the A68?
Calculating route.
actually. I have. I took a wrong turn. I'm going to Dalkeith here. I've took wrong turning, so I was convinced I was in right lane. I've not. I've took a wrong turning. Yeah, well, it happens. We need to try and get our way back now. It's the A68 I want. We need to try and turn this bugger around. There's a roundabout coming up in half a mile. Aye, well, it happens. No, I'm not perfect. Every day's a school day. We'll turn the bugger around. I was trying to focus that much on not clipping a car at side of me, because there was a car right at side of me. I just completely getting it wrong lane and missed where I wanted to be. This is Dalkeith. So, whatever roundabout I'm going to be coming up to will be as tight as anything possible. Some mirrors as we drop down this hill. Road tight. Just mindful there's a bus coming towards us. Yeah, it's a tight roundabout. It's not the best. I'm going to have to slow right down for this now. Take a nice wide swing and put our hazards on as well. Because I've no idea what's up ahead. Just mindful. Just a nice wide solid swing.
Take the third exit.
Bring us round. Just brings us back round. Solid. Back in our lane. Yeah, I've no idea what's up ahead after Dalkeith, so it's easy done. It's just not panicking, you know what I mean? Get yourself in trouble, get yourself back out of it. Thank you for driving carefully. You're welcome. So it's the A68 as R1. I think I should have carried on towards the A1, and then just before the A1 it's the right hand turning for the 68. But when I saw the sign on the road for the A68, excuse me, I'm not too overly familiar with the layout, so I think I should have gone left at that roundabout instead of going right. I think that's what I've done. But it's confusing, isn't it, if you're not 100% sure. Well, we'll sort it, we'll get back on track. I perhaps could have got back to where I wanted to be through to the side of Dalkeith, but I'm not sure what's down that road, so if I can find, as soon as I find somewhere to turn round, I'm turning round, you know what I mean? I'm not continuing on blind, with no idea where I am. Yeah, Jedburgh. That's what I should have gone left at the roundabout. I was in wrong lane and I missed my turning. I'd say less. I had the opportunity at the last minute to get back, to get round, and I stayed where I was.
Roundabout. Take the fifth exit.
It happens. Got to see on mirrors. So I'm just going to straggle this lane now, because I don't want somebody coming up the inside of me when I've got to get across. I'm not blocking anybody. There's a van just coming up behind us now. It can move as soon as we start moving. Left hand lane's clear. If I keep going doing what they're doing. Always alright. How long we've been rolling for? 50 odd minutes. We'll clear this roundabout and then we shall mirrors, lights are changing. We'll clear this roundabout, we'll get back onto bypassy thingamajig malarkey, and then we'll end this video and we'll do another one. So mirrors, hopefully stay in right
Take the
lane this
fifth
time.
exit.
Well, this is what I... Oh, lights are changing. This is what I'd done. I got into other lane there and then missed it and gone round. I think it's the last roundabout for the A1. We swing right onto what's in call it, don't we? We swing right onto A68. The last roundabout for the A1 and Berwick upon Tweed. Here we go, see? City bypass A720. That's what we've done, pal. That's what we've done. That's what we've done wrong, eh, lad?
You are over the speed limit.
It's the A68 for Jedburgh we want. Actually, we're coming. This is it. This is this is it. It's not a roundabout. It's a turning here. It's a turning. A68 Jedburgh. That's what we want. Right. So I probably could have gone through Dalkeith there and come back round and getting onto 68. I don't know. But mirrors. Put them off here, Jedburgh. We'll pull off here and I'll find somewhere to pull in and we'll set her out here. I'll get my map out and have a quick look, just double check. Because I'm pretty sure it's this. I've been before. Here we are. I knew there was a roundabout and a right hand turning. This is it. A68 Jedburgh, and we want these 697 for a place called Coldstream. Some mirrors. Right there. Straight round.
Recalculating route. Take the first exit.
There we go. Jedburgh.
Recalculating route. Turn back at the roundabout.
Shut
Take
up,
the
you.
third exit. Then enter the roundabout. Take
Right,
the first
this is
exit.
the A68
Then enter the
Jedburgh.
roundabout. Recalculating route. You are over the speed limit.
I'm doing 40 mile an hour, sure up. Sure up.
Keep left.
Sure up, my Sharona. Yeah, we want the A68 and then we want the A697. We could have gone on the A1 all the way down to Berwick and then cut across to the side of Annick. But this route will take us more direct. Ah, silly bloody Dalkeith, I bloody knew it! I bloody knew it! I knew it!
Keep left.
I could have gone on that bloody road from Dalkeith there, spun round, got on there, but one of them, if you're not sure, you turn around when possible and get yourself out the bother, don't you? There's no point keep going blind. Aye, Dalkeith, said it. We could have come from there.
After 800 feet, turn right at the roundabout, taking the
Right, so there's a
second
lay-by
exit.
approaching, sign up for parking, so we'll put him in here, we'll set her out here, and we'll pick you back up after, a bit further down here. Typical, lay-by looks full. Just come off that gas, just ready, just in case there's room in front of it. Just mindful, there's one with its lights on, it's a car or a van. Can we get up front of this lay-by? No, we can't, we'll have to keep going. Dum 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 dum. diggy dum bum bo do dum bum dum play dum bye dum 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 diddle dum day. So the next lay-by we want. A big lay-by like that across road. Why are they always across bloody road and not where you want them to be, you know what I mean? There's a few motorbikes in there, see there? From the day I was born, I was bad to the bone. Here we go, Dalkeith and Fordle Local Services. It's probably going to be a little tiddler of a place.
After 1,000 feet, keep left.
Ba 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 ba. We're not going in there.
After 300 feet, keep left.
Boom up it lay-by. Dalkeith City again. Going to come out on any one of these.
After 800 feet, turn right.
Shut up.
Recalculating route.
Ba-ba-la-la. Coochie-coochie-kai, oh little bread pie. Tea-tiddle-la-too. Stinking rotten swine in shoe and a moopy-doo-doo. Is this a lay-by coming up ahead, I see? No, it's not. However, there's a left-hand turning coming up. I think this might be ours, the 697, is it? I don't know. No, that's what we want. It's Coldstream, that's where we're going. The A697. So we got back on right track eventually. Yeah, A697 we want, Coldstream. Just mindful. This car's sticking out a little bit too far on turn left-hand side there. So there's a parking sign coming up ahead for a lay-by. Yeah, the A68 runs us up to the A697, so sat-nav's wrong. I'm doing 40 mile an hour as well. So half a mile there's a lay-by. There's also a speed camera here, so that. Yeah, A68 for Jedburgh. Pick-up signs for Coldstream. I knew it was something to do with guards. Man and dog just crossing, or woman and dog, sorry, jogging. It's either a woman or a man with a big ponytail, I don't know. They've gone in there. Oxenford Castle. Yeah, do you know? His Lordship, or her Ladyship. This lay-by blocked off, see? Typical. If you need somewhere, you're knackered, aren't you? If you need somewhere to park, you're knackered. Everywhere's shut. You can't get in nowhere. Lights have changed.
Prepare to turn right after half a mile.
This sat-nav's now has no idea where we're going. But I have been this way before, so I know. Just you know, making sure you don't take a wrong turning off the the main road like we did before. Hoochie-coochie-kai, do the lights are changing, mirrors. It's like a nice place there, isn't it? Restaurant and bar. See, everywhere there's roadworks on everywhere. They're just digging holes in floor. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're laying. They're just digging holes and then patching it over with a strip of tarmac. So where are we now? We're in Pathed. We're in Path Head.
1,000 feet, turn
Path
right,
Head.
then take the next left.
We want to follow this all the way down for the A697 for Coldstream. So mirrors, just climbing up this hill. Truck coming towards us, mirrors. Coming into built-up area now. Traffic's getting busier. Road's getting a bit tighter.
Then take the next left.
This thing's trying to turn us back, you see, this sat-nav. So yeah, sat-navs are a helpful tool,
Next left.
but you've also got to try and trust your have a bit of common sense about you, and bloody trust your own judgment as well.
Calculating route.
So it's now recalculating and realised we can turn left in 11 miles, which pretty much will probably be the A697. Just mindful creeping through here. Did it say it was Path Head or something it was called? That's where we are. So mindful, this round mail van's just, our sense just stuck out of it, and now he's decided he's straightening his cell up. Just mirrors, just come across. So we've probably gone way over the hour mark now. I ain't going to edit this video. I'll find a safe and reasonable place for pulling shortly, and then we'll stop and we'll crack on with a part 2. Purely because I think a 2-hour video is far too long, and it'd probably take 3 weeks for upload as well. I mean, an hour takes a bloody eternity, right? So there we go, we're back into open speed limit, which for us is 40, we're in Scotland. There you go, see? A697 Coldstream, 36 miles off. That's where we're going, that's where we're heading for. We're heading for Coldstream. Mindful motorbikes. Here's a sign for parking. Hopefully this lay-by is not blocked.
You're over the speed limit.
No, I'm doing 40 mile an hour, shut up! I'm switching her off, mate. She's doing my head in. Modern technology is great when it works fine. If you get a slight glitch in it, like this thing's throwing a wobbler, because I've not listened to it before, or I did listen to it and got myself in wrong lane and had to make a U-turn at a roundabout. It's now throwing a wobbler. I'm just spitting out all kinds of random shite at me. Right, there's a lay-by here. We're going to pull him in here and we'll end this video, and I'm going to literally crack straight on with another. Some mirrors, signals on. Just poo him in here and butt. I think he's a butty van. We'll just go past this butty van. We should have enough room for pulling safely on left. Right, so I'm going to pull him in here and just, it'll be a quick turnaround, literally, and we'll get straight back on, because I want to be cracking onto this sawmill. Get this load on for tomorrow. Right, thanks very much for watching. I've been your old mate Borothea. Once again, you, my friend, have been beautiful. We're going to literally crack straight on. I'm going to stop this and press record again, and we're going to go again. All right, join us again, and I'll see you soon. See you on the next one. Thanks very much. Did I say you've been beautiful? Yeah.